Okay, fans of 90s children's horror, fans of nostalgia and children's horror books, this video is for you. Excuse me. I'm in my dusty old former library here, where at my mother's house, where she keeps all her old books. This is my extensive children's horror book collection, predominantly written by R.L. Stine. So the overwhelming majority of these books are Goosebumps books, and I know fans of the horror booktube community are excited about looking back at all of these. You'll be surprised how many I actually own here. So I had once considered, excuse me, giving these away, pawning these away, but I'm glad we never did. So without further ado, let me show you my gigantic Goosebumps books collection and other children's horror and adventure books from the 90s, and it might spill over a little bit into the early 2000s. So here we go. And I'm going to go through these rapidly because it's going to be a very, very long video. Okay. We have Go Eat Worms. By the way, these books are not in mint condition. They've been neglected for quite a while. The Horror at Camp Jelly Jam. My Hairiest Adventure. The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. This one was one of my favorites. Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Night of the Living Dummy 3. There are a lot of those slappy ones. The ventriloquist dummy, I got a lot of them. Calling All Creeps. The Beast from the East. Say Cheese and Die Again. By the way, I don't have all the Goosebumps books, but I have a lot of them. The Phantom of the Auditorium. Another copy of Beast from the East. I have no idea how I got two. Maybe my brother wanted one as well. I don't know. Monster Blood 3. Beware the Snowman. This is actually another one of my favorites. Monster Blood 4. Also one I really liked. Vampire Breath. Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Attack of the Mutant. Egg Monsters from Mars. The Girl Who Cried Monster. Bad Hair Day. Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. I remember this is the first book I ever finished in a day. Just one day. A Shocker on Shock Street. How to Kill a Monster. That one takes place in a swamp. It was really scary when I was a kid. Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. Most of these books don't scare me though, but some of them did. The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. That's quite a mouthful. How I Got My Shrunken Head. And Legend of the Lost Legend. That's all my original Goosebumps books. Now I will show you the ones from what is called Series 2000. These were some of the latter ones, published up to 1998. And just like the other Goosebumps books, they're not in particular order of publishing because most of them are standalone books. So let's begin. The Werewolf in the Living Room. Jekyll and Heidi. The Haunted Car. This one's actually not a book. This was a a jumble up of the next edition of the book, of a preview, and not the entire book is there. So this was a misassembly. This was a fuck up at the printing presses. So this one doesn't count. I haven't read The Haunted Car. I Am Your Evil Twin. Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls. I've seen some people already reading this one on YouTube. Revenge Are Us. Are You Terrified Yet? The Mummy Walks, which is, and the irony is this book, the mummy barely appears. Headless Halloween. Horrors of the Black Ring. Yes. Bride of the Living Dummy. Brain Juice. Be Afraid. Be Very Afraid. I think not. Fright Camp. I'm starting to run out of table space here, so I gotta move over. Return to Horrorland. Full Moon Fever. Cry of the Cat. And 2-in-1, which part 1 and 2 of Invasion of the Body Squeezers. This one's more of a novel, not just a, what do you call it? Not just a novella. This one is a little bit more of a novel, yeah. Because it's a two-parter and it's all in one edition, so this one was one of the longer ones, which is good. I like that. Running out of space here. The next series I have is called Give Yourself Goosebumps, where it's your choose your own adventure. You can jump from one page to another random page, so you got like points of divergence, so you can choose your adventure. These ones could take very long time if you want to get through the whole thing, but okay, so here we go. The Knight in Screaming Armor. Under the Magician's Spell. Diary of a Mad Mummy. These got some nice sparkling covers, by the way, some glittery covers here. It's really nice. Deep in the Jungle of Doom. Man, these are so campy, aren't they? Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter. This one was really bizarre. Okay, now I got some books that were in some Goosebumps books that were written in Indonesian, in the Indonesian language. I have a few copies here. I can read them to you, but you won't understand them, so I won't. But this one's Bad Hair Day, so I do have the English one. I think this is the Creature Under the Sink or something. I don't remember. Something about something about disappearance in the mirror. Monster Blood 2, but it's in Indonesian. I remember I had this one in English. Some of the books have been lost in the shuffle over two times moving house and a divorce. So I believe I had the English one of this book, but it's lost to me. An Indonesian edition of Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. Thank goodness I have that one in English. Something about about mud monsters, but this one was in English. This one is in Indonesian, but I also had the one in English, but also lost in the shuffle, sadly enough. So some of these Indonesian ones are painful reminders of the English ones that I lost. Okay. Next up. So these are also compilations of stories. This one is the first 3 books of the Slappy, the ventriloquist dummy. It's 3 books in one, so it is a chunker. Well, for the standards of these books anyway. Oh, by the way, this one used to have a button that if you pressed, the eyes would flash but they ran out of batteries. It's really cheap. See, it's these 3 books put together. And this one is Still More Tales to Give You Goosebumps. This is a compilation of short stories. So yeah, there you go. And now I'm done with the Goosebumps. We are now going to go through some other books that are not Goosebumps. I'll go through some Fear Street ones. I got 3 of them here. 2 of them are in English, 1 is in Indonesian. Final Grade, this one's in Indonesian. Cheerleaders, The First Evil, English. And The New Boy, English. I never read Fear Street. I have no idea how those copies got to me. I think my parents thought I would want to read them, but they didn't entice me. Okay, this next pile of books that I have is a series, are parts of a series of various Goosebumps knockoffs or imitators. But I only bought 1 of each of these series. But they are part of much larger series. But the first one is but before I begin, I want to show you an adult novel by R.L. Stine. And that is Superstitious. This one is in Indonesian language, so there you go. And now I will show you some unique Goosebumps knockoffs, some children horror books that followed the Goosebumps fad. So here we go. Dead Time Stories, Ghost Night, by let's see, A.G. Cascone. I like that one too. The Doomsday Mall series, The Jungle. This one takes place in a flower shop that turns into a jungle. I like that one, actually. House of Horrors, Book 6, Night of the Gargoyle. And then we got 3 of another series called Eerie, Indiana. So there's Eerie, Indiana 3, The Eerie Triangle. And this one has a slip cover. I don't think these are horror, but these are weird. Return to Forever Where? There's a well-kept secret on this street. The first edition of Eerie, Indiana. And they're going to keep it forever. Ooh, creepy. And Bureau of the Lost. Come on inside for a taste of a wild adventure. All right, Eerie, Indiana. There you go. And here's another Goosebumps book. This is actually based on the TV film, on the TV episode of Goosebumps. But it's a condensed narrative, a condensed version, Cliff Notes version of Calling All Creeps, because it's based on the TV movie and not the actual original book, which is really weird, I must say. But it's got the pictures of the film in here, so yeah, that's an interesting addition to my collection. And finally, this one, Bruce Colville's Book of Aliens. This is an anthology of children's stories about aliens. There are some other ones about monsters and nightmares, etc., etc., etc. Some other books and some other anthologies of children's fears of monsters and stuff. This one's about aliens. I actually hope I will read this one in the future. So there you go. And I will just show you briefly here some non-horror children's books. Strange Journey Back by Paul McCusker. It's about a time machine. Interesting. And some adventure novels here. Frank Peretti, The Door in the Dragon's Throat, and Trapped at the Bottom of the Sea. These are not horror, these are more adventure. So, make of that what you will. And finally, This series I'm particularly proud of. It's Goosebumps meets Star Wars of all combinations. It's a series of 12 books. I have the entire series. It's called Star Wars Galaxy of Fear. And these books have some beautiful covers. And please, 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 if there are any horror booktubers watching this, shout out my video. This is the video that you have to watch. This is the video you have to watch. Sorry, my table's very dirty, but dusty. Yeah, this is a dusty old place I'm sitting in right now. Okay, let's begin. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear, The Swarm. There are 12 of these in total. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear, The Brain Spiders. Check this out. He puts the worm in his mouth. That's a hut there. So there's these shifting images on these books. There is somebody I know who likes these. I won't say her name. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear, Army of Terror. I think all these books are written by John Whitman. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear, Ghost of the Jedi. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear, The Nightmare Machine. Star Wars Galaxy of Fear, Planet Plague. Maybe I shouldn't say the series title. I'll just read the first title. Okay, this is all on the cuff, but I want to show you these books because I'm very proud of it, actually. So, the Clones, the Doomsday Ship, The Hunger. This one features Yoda. Eaten Alive. Oh, by the way, the original gang, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia appear in 3 of these books. They make cameo appearances. City of the Dead. Oh, this one. See how, well, it's kind of hard to see here, but see how he gets up, and there's that worm going through his head. That giant worm. That one scared me a lot as a kid. There was a scene of being buried alive. That one really, really gave me nightmares. It's one of the few children's horror books that actually genuinely scared me. And scared me a lot. Disturbed me. Galaxy of Fear, Spore, also. As you can see, the shifting image there. Okay, that's it. This is my longest video yet. I hope you enjoyed it.